Hello, Ezemy one, and welcome back to Rat Run. I'm your usual everyday time puzzling rat girl, Ezemy Jika, and today I'll be solving Rat Run 12, Visiting Order. Experiment 12, Teal, 30th of October, 1974. I have to admit, I'm glad that this week's experiment involves nothing high-tech. I've tried to remind Elliot of our original goals, and that things shines brightest when she's allowed to focus on my mazes without unnecessary complications. For this week at least, he listened, but it's only a matter of time. Time. Rules, normal 9x9 Sudoku rules. Into the experiments. Rat to cupcake, cross diagonally 2x2. We know all that already. Grapes. Digits separated by a green grape have a difference of at least 5. So they are German whisper grapes. We've gone over German whisper lines in the past, but these are just like individual little segments. I won't go over them in a lot of detail, but basically they have to include a high digit and a low digit. Actually, I guess I will write that out. Test constraint. In this experiment, dotted box borders divide the correct path into index lines. In any box, the nth cell visited by Sphinx is called position n. So if she goes on a path of 1, 2, 3, 4, they would be numbered thusly as 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on, until she crosses into another box. The digit in position n always indicates which position along that segment contains the digit n. For example, in a box, Sphinx might visit the digits 3, 1, 4, 3, 5, 1, 4, 2 in that order. The first digit being a 3 indicates that the third digit is a 1. The second digit being a 5 indicates that the fifth digit is a 2, and so on. Index lines might sound rather unintuitive, but they're actually more straightforward than it might seem. There are a few rules that always hold for index lines. One is that the digits on the line are only the digits up to the line's length. So the digits 1, 2, and 3 would be on a line of length 3, and so on and so forth. If you have a line of, say, length 7, it would only be the digits 1 through 7. Since each digit needs to indicate the position of another digit on that line, it can only indicate digits within the length of the line. You can't, for example, have a 9 on this line because it would indicate a position which is not on the line. The other thing to note is that you can only swap pairs of digits on the line. So, for example, this 1, 2, 3 would be a valid index line because the 1 indicates that the 1 is in the first position. It indexes itself, so does the 2, and so does the 3. However, if you swap the 1 and the 3, so it's 3, 2, 1, the 3 here indicates that the 1 is in the third position, and vice versa. So you can only swap pairs of digits. You cannot, for example, shuffle more than 2 digits into a random order because the 3 then does not indicate where the 1 is going. And this rule applies no matter how long the line is. So if we have a line of length 5, for example, if the 3 is in the second position, then the 2 has to be in the third position because the digits necessarily index each other. I suppose I can briefly go over the grapes. A green grape, pretend that's green for me, will always separate a high digit and a low digit. So it will have to be between 1, 2, 3, or 4, and 6, 7, 8, or 9. It's slightly more constrained than that, but that's the main takeaway from these two constraints. So let's just put that over there and get started with the puzzle. No teleporters or any other weirdness other than the index line, I suppose. But another thing to note I forgot to mention this earlier. An index line will always contain the digit 1 because there will always be at least one cell in a segment, which means that there will always be a first position for the line to go through. And conversely, in order for a line to contain a 9, it has to visit every single cell in that box. It also means that the path can only visit every box exactly once, because there's only a single one that can go in any given box. So, first things first, we can't go this way, because if we go this way, these three digits would have to be 1, 2, and 3. And because this path is only of length 4, it would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have the digits 1, 2, 3, and 4 crammed into 6 cells, which does not work. Let's use orange. So the path has to come this way. And it has to go out through here as well, which means that one of these 12 cells, one of the cells in these two rows, in these two boxes, will have to contain two ones. So the last one in these three columns, not rows, has to contain a 1, because, well, the path has to come out through, well, it has to visit this cell. It has to visit at least one of these three cells, which should have been obvious, I guess. We're going to have to try and cram a bunch of digits over here so that they don't overlap in the same column. These have to be between 1 and 6. It could go up to 6, but I don't think it will. And there's no diagonal movement here, so we're not skipping past anything. It can't go straight up for the same reason as it couldn't go here, so it's going to have to bend at some point. But the question is exactly where. Let me think. So if we look at the columns, we're going to have at least 9 digits total. And that means we have to at least include a 5, which I guess a path like this would do. If it goes like this, no, it can't go like that because then there's too many digits in this column. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, actually that's fine. Could it go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it could. Potentially. I'm not really seeing anything that outright excludes that possibility. These grapes are kind of funny. These two digits need to have a difference of at least 5, which means they're at least the digits 1 and 6. And if they lie on an index line, then that means the line has to be of length 6 or greater. So if it goes like this or like this, it can't go both down. It can't go from this entrance to this entrance because that would just block off the entire path. If it goes straight down, it would just be the digits 1, 2, and maybe 3 if it comes in from here. I think I see what's going on here. If these are the digits 1, 2, and 3, well, if the path goes through this corridor here, then it can't go straight down because then we have the digits 1 through 4 in 5 cells in this column. And by the same metric, it can't go straight down either. It can't go into this box because then it would have to loop back into the same box again, which is impossible. And if it goes down this way, it would have to cross this grape, which means it would have to be a length at least 6. So I believe that it is impossible for the line to go through here if we consider all of the possible paths it can take. Of course, it can't go this way because that just blocks off the entire maze. So it has to come through here. And it can't go this way because the line won't be long enough. So it has to go this way. Then I don't think, yeah, it can't go through this way because this would be 1, 2, 3, and this would also be 1. So that's too many digits and not enough cells. It cannot go this way either because that would be 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and 3 again. Well, it could go around like this. That would be fine. It could also, well, actually, well, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, but that still doesn't work. But it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 through 7, which would be fine. Either way, it has to come out through here, and it can't go down because the line isn't long enough. It has to go around to here, down to here, around either this way or that way. What about up here? It has to leave out at least 2 cells for one of these 2 paths. Like it could go up here, or it could go down here, but it can't touch both of these corridors. So it has to be at most 7. So that means if it goes upwards, that means there can only be at most 7 cells visited in this column. And right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need at least one more. So I guess something like this could work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hmm. If it does this, these are the digits. It would leave an 8 and a 9 out of both of these cells, but there's no place for a second 6 or 7. Yeah, I don't think it can do that. And if it does this, then that only leaves it up to 5, which, again, this would be 8 and 9. Where does the 7 and the 6 go? I don't think it can go that way. I think it has to go this way. So these cells are excluded. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11 cells total. If there's 11 cells total, there has to be a 5, a 4, and then the last 2 digits would have to be at least 6. So there's no way... Ooh. There's no way for this to go straight through here. It has to go this way. So this is at most 7. There's another one up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to be more than 5, but it could be 6 or 7. I guess the problem then is how many cells in this column are included, because we cannot include an 8 or a 9 on any of these lines. But we also need to have an 8 and a 9 in each of these columns. And, well, and a 7 and a 6. But the only place that either a 7 or a 6 could go on the line is in this box. I think these have to be 6 and 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess it could be here as well. Right, these 2 digits have to be 8 and 9, which means this has to be a low digit. these three digits. Well, we don't know about this one, but this one has to be 7, 8, or 9. They need to be the highest excluded digits. These digits also need to be the highest excluded digits, so they need to be at least 6. I suppose I'm not actually using the indexing very much yet, because again, the digits can only be swapped. And that also means for a for a line of odd length, at least one of the digits needs to index itself. But that isn't particularly useful to know. These sections both need to contain the digits at least up to of 1 through 4, don't they? Or do they? This one could be potentially only 3. But if both of these sections contain the digits 1 through 4, where do they go in this box? They would have to be crammed into this section of the grid, which means I think that the path has to go like this, in fact. Because let's say, for example, we do something like this. This is the digits 1 through 4, and this is the digits 1 through 5. We would have a 1, 2, 3, and 4 here somewhere, and we would have 1, 2, 3, and 4 somewhere here, which pulls all 4 of those digits out of these 6 cells, which puts them into these 3 cells, which is impossible. So, in fact, yes, this part of the line is forced to be like this. And we know that it can't go straight across because that would be only 1 through 4 in 7 in these 6 cells, so it has to come out to here. These need to be 1, 2, 3, so do these and these. And these are 4, 5, 6, which makes these 7, 8, and 9. And in fact, we already know that the path in this cell cannot be 8 or 9 cells long, so this needs to be the 7. So the path does have to wind through all 7 cells. And now that we have a digit, we can also place another digit on the line. The 7 is indicating that the 1, because this is the first position, is in the 7th position. So the 1 goes here. So these are 2, 3, and 4. Right. So if we look at both of these possibilities, well, the 7 takes the 7 out of here, which takes the 2 out as well. Oh yeah, so looking at the 2, these have to be where the 1 and the 6 are. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4th and 5th position along the line, which means the 1 has to be a 4 or a 5, because those are the 2 positions where the 1 can go, and also where the 6 can go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is also 4 or 5. So they can't be 4. And also this is, we can do it in reverse as well. The digit, the 7 is either in the 2nd or 3rd position. Well, I guess this is 7, 2, or 3 anyways. One of these is going to index itself, the other is going to index to the 7th position. So if we look at this 2 and 3, the 2 can be in the 3rd or 4th position. So this would have to be 3 or 4, but we already have a 2, 3 pair, so this has to be the 4, putting the 2 here, and the 3 indexing itself. Pulling a 2 out of this puts a 2 up here, and puts a 7 in the 2nd position, and the 3 indexes itself. These are, 5 and 6, and they're also 5 and 6. They're in the 5th and 6th position, meaning they either index themselves or each other. Either way is valid. So these are 7, 8, 9, and these are 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we do know that there has to be a 1 here. There can't be a 1 here because the line doesn't visit it. Oh, wait a second. Down here. So this indicates that the 1 is in one of the first 3 positions, but it can only be in the first position. And the same for the 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 4 and the 5 are indexing the 2 and the 3 and vice versa. Um, this 1, 2, 3 can be in a few different orders, but without any other digits, we can't really determine that. This does have to be a low digit, though, which means the 1 has to be in the positions 1, 3, or 4. Where does the 7 go in this row? This part of the line can only be 4 cells or 5 cells long, so it cannot contain a 7 ever. And if it goes all the way out to here, there's no place for a 7 anywhere in this row at all. So this has to be the 7. These digits need to be... actually, the path does have to go all the way around this way then, because we already proved that it can't go through there. The 1 goes here, which means the 3 goes here. These are 2 and 4. Well, 4 and 2 in that order. These 4 digits are 6, 5, 6, 8, and 9. The 5 confirms those 2, which means the 1 is in the 5th position. That's a 3, putting a 1 there. This is a length 7, which means these are 8 and 9. Can the line include a 7? I think it can, because if it comes out to here, this would put the 7 here or here, which I think is fine. There has to be a 1 in one of these 4 positions, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 7. It can't be a 4, which means it can't go here. The 7 has to go in either position 1, 5, 6, or 7. So this is 1, 5, 6, 7. Right, the 1 cannot index itself. The 7 could, though. This cannot be a 2. Because if this is a 2, that would indicate that this is 3, which it cannot be. So this needs to be a 3. That indexes itself, pulls a 3 out of here, putting a 1 in this column, which puts a 1 down here. These 2 digits, well, they could be themselves, or they could index each other. A 3 has to go down here. Oh, in one of these positions, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 3 has to be 4 or 5. The 5 in this box has to go in one of these 2 cells. So it's either positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that means that would put a 7 here, because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is impossible. So the 5 has to go where the 2 is, in position 2, putting a 2 there, which makes those 1 and 2, putting a 1 here in position 6, putting a 4 here, and that means the 3 goes in position 4, the 7 indexes itself, and the remaining digits are 2 and 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5 and the 2 both index themselves. And what digits are we missing here? 4 and 6 and potentially a 7. The 4 and the 6 have to go on the line somewhere. They could go here. Well, the 6 has to go here. Oh, in fact, the 6 has to index itself. So this could be... Actually, this has to be the 4. So the 4 has to index itself as well. And potentially the 7 indexes itself, but we don't know for sure if it does. Hmm. Well, there has to be a 1 here, which means the line has to pass through at least one of those two cells. It could be both. Let's see. These 4 digits are 2, 7, 8, 9. These 2 digits are 1, 3, 7, 8, 9. Not 7. 1, 3, 8, 9. Okay. So this indicates that the line has to be at least 7 cells long, which is interesting. I think that means it has to go through this corridor here, because otherwise it would only be 5 cells long. So it has to come through here. That is 7 digits. It could potentially even go up to 9 digits. The one here also indicates that the path has to visit at least one of these cells. Oh, wait a second. It has to be at least 8 cells, because this could be a 9, but then this path visits 7, 2, 7, and 8. So it has to be at least 8 cells long. Wait, this can't be a 7, I guess, well, because of the grape. That doesn't really narrow it down much. These digits are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But they could just be 5 and 6. It has to visit at least one of these two cells. It could be the digits, it could be all of the digits 1 through 9. All in one visit. Let's see, these are 3, 7, 8, 9. That does mean that because the path has to visit one of these and get back, it needs to be at least 7 long in this box. This index, if the 1 is here, then that would be positions 1, 2, 3, or positions 1, 2, 3, 4. Which would put a 3 here or a 4 here. But that's impossible, so I think the 1 has to go here. The 2 can index itself. This would be a position, put it in a 3, which is impossible. Is there... there's a 1 there. This... The 2 has to be in positions 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. And it can't be in 7, 8, or 9, so it has to be in position 2. The 3... wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This doesn't seem right. Huh? Wait a second, I missed something in this column. This could also be a 4. Oops. Either way, I don't think that changes the 2, because 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. There can't be a 2 here anyways. So this can be a 2, but it does change the 3, because the 3 can't be in position 7, 8, or 9. It has to be 4 and 3, indexing each other. 2, 3, 5, 4. It does put the 5 in one of these two cells. 5, 6, 7, 8. It can't go here because of this 5, so it has to go in position 9. So it does visit all 9 cells in this box, and it can't go directly to the cupcake because it would have to be a 1, so it has to go diagonally down to here. These digits are 6, 7, and 8. There's an 8 here, putting a 9 there, putting an 8, 9 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 has to go here. And the 7 and 8 are going to be the last. Uh, they're all in some order here. Oh, that's a 3. Oh, wait, that's a 7, 8 pair in this row. So this is the 6. Whoops. And that's in position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7 indexes the 6, the 8 indexes itself. We can get rid of some more of these. Place more of these digits. There's a 7, 9 pair, which means the remaining digit is a 6. Yeah. Puts an 8 and a 6 here. 9, 5, 9, 8, 8, 9. So these two digits are 2 and not 6. 4. This digit is 5. This digit is 8. So the path the path tells us that the 6th step has to be the 1. So that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4. And the 4th step, I think it has to visit all 9 cells. I think it has to go like this. Is the 2nd step indexes itself. The 3rd step is itself. The 4th step has to be the 9. The 5th is itself. The 6th is 1. The 7th is and the 8th index each other. So that's 9 and 7. 9 and 7. And we're done. 1 grape eaten. It often feels like Finks is beginning to know my maze design sensibilities better than I do myself. Often she seems to intuit the correct path before even attempting to find the proof. It's as if she's second-guessing my choices, which in turn are shaping hers, making her feel less like a test subject and more of a co-worker in this complex game. This is something Elliot would never understand. I wonder what the test constructor's name is. But yeah, interesting solve. I probably could have gotten this left-hand side a lot quicker, but yeah, having to do all 9 cells in the last 2 boxes is definitely fun. But until next time, when we solve experiment 13, Triskaidekaphilia. もうその時間でしょ。おやすみ。